Up your voice game with this AI-powered Bluetooth headset. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the EXA H6 AI-powered ENC Bluetooth headset, and it's pretty darn nice. It is designed for people that work on the phone. So if you work at a call center, if you work in an office, if you're on the phone or talking on Zoom calls a lot, like you're a teacher or you're a salesperson or you're in customer support, that's really the target audience for this device. Now, what's surprising is it actually has really good sound. So, features 40mm drivers in the headset piece, and that's 20 to 20,000 hertz at 114 decibels of sensitivity. They sound pretty darn nice. Now, the AI is really much more about the microphone part here. You can see in the front, and it cuts up to 96% of background noise. So, you put it on, and it's also adjustable. You can adjust the microphone 110 degrees and get it to just the right place. You don't want it in front, so you don't get that puh of your P's. That does not sound great. And then there's even a mute button on the side. In fact, let me give you a close-up and you can see the mute button. And then there's the typical 3-button multi-function control lower on the earpiece. And that's it. It's Bluetooth. So it has Bluetooth 5.0 inside, which is great. That gives you up to 30 feet of connectivity, so you can walk around while you're on the phone. That can be darn helpful. And it's multi-point, so you can connect it and pair it to 2 devices simultaneously and then switch between them depending on which one's sending an actual audio signal to the headphones. Now, one of the real benefits of this is that it features a 500 milliamp hour battery, which gives you 55 hours of music and 30 hours of actual phone conversation. That's pretty nice. Then when you're ready to charge it, it is USB-C, and it takes you 1.5 hours for a full charge from Zip. Now, one of the things some people like to do is they like to have it where it's just one ear on and the other ear maybe you have pushed to a side or something. Not hugely comfortable, but certainly functional. The ear pads do come off, as you can see, but it's not really designed to work that way. So you gotta sort of screw it in, and there we go. So now it's all in place, ready to rock and roll. And I want to give you a demo. So what I'm going to do is I've already paired this with my iPhone. It's not really optimal to work with phones per se, because what you don't get in a phone, or certainly you don't get in the iPhone, is you don't get an input level adjust. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you hear. So now you're hearing the audio from this microphone, and you can tell because if I tilt the microphone up, then my voice gets softer and I get it a little closer to my mouth and it's going to sound louder. So that's how this sounds compared to the lavalier mic that I'm using on my regular recording. Let me switch back. So that's how that sounds, and take these off. And like I said, 110 degree rotatable microphone, super easy to work with. The microphone's focused on 10 to 10,000 hertz, so you're not getting quite the full spectrum of sound. So I don't know that this would be great for singing necessarily, but it's really not designed for that. This is really designed for long Zoom calls, long Microsoft Teams calls, phone calls, call centers, answering customer service queries, all that sort of stuff. This works really well. They're super light. They're 5 ounces total, so you're pretty darn comfortable wearing these for long periods of time. They are loose, so they don't have heavy clamping. You know how on some of those headphones it feels like your head's in a vise after about half an hour? These do not feel like that, which is a plus. So really not much else to tell you about these. I really like them. They're simple. It's a simple solution. Let me show you a bit of what's in the box, because there's a trick in the box that you're going to want to know. So in the box, it comes with all these different things, but most of them are hidden in this central divider. So when you open it up, I was convinced I didn't have the charging cable and I didn't have the USB Bluetooth adapter. And I'm like, well, that's strange they didn't include those. And then I thought to pull this out and they were hidden in here. So if you get a pair of these, you really want to inspect the packaging closely. They were pretty sly with that. So charging cable wise, it's USB-A, the rectangle, to USB-C, which goes to the headphones. Super handy if you have a device that doesn't have Bluetooth or you don't want to deal with pairing. This is a USB-A Bluetooth adapter. So you plug it into the side of your PC like this Lenovo, choose that as your output and input device, and you're done. That's literally all you have to do. And then you can adjust that input volume, which is what you want. And finally, it does come with a little travel bag, if that's something that you'll be using. I suspect most people will probably have it either sitting on a headphone stand or just sitting right by their workspace. So simple, elegant, smart solution at a good price. So speaking of price, let me just close this back up. We should talk about the price. So before we get to the price, I'm going to ask if you could subscribe to my channel. Click or a tap on my little subscribe button on the lower right. We're connected. Great. This is the EXA H6 AI-powered ENC Bluetooth headset. See, it's very nice, very attractive, simple, straightforward design. And it is $95.99, currently discounted on their website to $59.99 at exatelecom.com. If you're looking for something like this, if you spend a lot of time on the phone and you want to sound good and have them sound good and be super comfortable, this is definitely something to check out. That's all I got. I'm going to actually go back to my music because it has actually really nice sound, really surprisingly nice sound with a nice sound stage and good detail. So very enjoyable for that. Let me get back to my music and I'll have to catch you in my next video.